Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Well, it's been a while since my last video, and to be quite honest, I'm still kind of not prepared to do this video right now. Lots been going on at the workshop. Still working on all the infrastructure parts of the shop, but I just wanted to have this drop in this little video just so you can see that I'm making progress, still moving along. Started the Bridgeport, got that cleaned off. It's not a shelf anymore. Actually doing some airline stuff over here at the shop, and I'm running 3/4 copper through the shop, and I needed to make a distribution block, 2 of them, because there's nothing commercially available that I really like that's going to work for me. So I'm making like I said, 2 distribution blocks for air. I'm waiting for the taps to come in for the NPT threads, but I'm gonna hopefully get those tomorrow, and I'll finish up with those. So behind this wall, in a closet, my air compressor sits, and this is the main line that comes through the wall. And I'm starting to run the air line through the shop. I had it ran before, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted, so I ripped it all apart. I have one line going to the right that's going to wrap around, and you can see it doesn't go very far, but it's going to go down and service the milling machine and the other lathes on this wall. You can see that dead end piece of conduit. That's going to be my 3-phase power. And you see I have a 100 amp sub panel back here. I have a phase converter back here, which I don't have wired up yet. So my old mill, my favorite, red, that's a 1956. That's a single phase. So she runs on single phase. It's not a problem. No worries at all. I love this mill. This was owned by a little old man. I know what you're saying, but you can see all the scrapings are still on the ways. And this guy actually just used this in his basement for a couple little jobs. And just to kind of show you the condition, there's no backlash whatsoever. This mill is in great shape. So this is the mill I had 30 years ago, and I got it back. See the shaper attachment in the back? I've had that for a while. So getting back to my sub panel, you can see I needed to run some more outlets and such. So coming up, you can see I replaced, well, I didn't replace the conduit, but I ran the new copper for the airline, and I pulled some more wires through the conduit. And here you can see I replaced that gas line as well last fall. But you can see here's my new airline, and I ran the new circuits in this piece of conduit coming down here. But my airline terminates right here, and that's what that distribution block is for. I like to have an air outlet here above the workbench, and then following this wall down, I ran a bunch of outlets, 110, a 110 and a 220, in case I want to do I have my welder back here, my small welder. And then let's go ahead over to here, and I have another 110 above my lathe, and I have a 220 that has the twist lock, and also another 220, which is more of like an appliance outlet, because I keep my wood machines around the corner, and sometimes I might need to plug in a 220 that looks like that. But my second, well, my airline is going to run to here, and there's going to be another termination block here, so I can use air at this lathe here. Don't know if you guys saw, I put up a lot of storage cabinets. I use the French cleat system, and I hung these on the wall, and I really like these because they all have lights underneath, and you can close them up, and you know, there's not a mess of stuff just hanging out. So that's what I've been doing at the shop. Also, I blocked up this big window here. I put some 4x4s up, lagged them into the concrete, and built a 2x4 frame. And I purchased this Acrobins back plate, so I can put all my storage, my Acrobins along here, and they're above my bench. And what I'm going to do is, now that I have all that, once that's all set up, I'm going to put my computer over here, so I can have maybe 2 screens right here, so I can access the internet. And I have to keep running into my office to check my email all the time, or if I want to check something on the interweb. So it'd be great to have a computer back here. So here is my airline block, 6061 aluminum. I have 2 of them. One's further along the other, but I'm cutting them on the mill. Gonna make them square. Gonna drill and tap for the outlets. And then this is the stock one. This would have been great if it just had a fitting coming out to the side, so I could have ran it down to my other lathe. But it's a very thin wall, so I was afraid to do that. I know it's got one in the back, but I decided that I would just make my own. So that's what I'm doing. And then getting back to this here. This was a lot of money, this stupid plate. So I decided to go all Robber and Zeddy on it, and I wanted to put bushings for the screws. So I couldn't find the exact ones. So what I did was I found which collet they would fit. Put a collet block, and now I'm the inside diameter I'm reducing so it fits in those holes. So that's been a little project. I'm working on some new little micro machines too. Where that came out of the blue, I don't know. I guess you can thank my friends at Active Atom. So I got a couple of chucks. Unfortunately, these chucks were like brand new. I bought a couple of machines used just to mess around with. But this chuck doesn't even look like it was ever used. It looks like a brand new condition. Except, of course, someone let it rust. So I have 2 of them. I have one soaking in Evaporust. We're going to let that soak for a couple days. I checked it once already. It didn't seem like it made any progress. And it was brand new Evaporust. And then also, I decided to maybe not restore, but clean up this little height gauge. And this is in poor condition. I cleaned up the lens a little bit. I got rid of the tarnish and stuff that was on there. Looked like a lot of oil, a lot of dirt, grease and everything. So I cleaned that up, and it's got a little baby surface plate that goes with it. But you know, seems like it works fine. I'll be using it to check the height of my bushings that I'm making on the lathe. And I think right now, at this point, that's about it. So, stay tuned. Tons of new stuff coming, and that's probably why I haven't made a video, because I'm kind of overwhelmed with everything. I'm working on new storage situations. I'm working on more cabinetry. Lots of stuff here at the workshop. Actually, my next big project is I really need to move my toolbox down. My toolbox is actually half in my door here, because I added this box, this second box. I figured this would be a great box for all my machine tools, and it matches exactly to my other box. but you can see it's kind of right in the middle of the door. So this whole toolbox has to be moved down, and of course that big, stupid big, heavy duty bench needs to be moved down too. And just the idea of having to empty everything, take everything out and put it somewhere else, just so I can move it and then put it all back. These two side caps here, they don't have any wheels. They're just on a piece of 3/4 inch wood. So these will have to be emptied as well. Fortunately, these two cabs have wheels, but this is going to be a giant undertaking to do this, especially since the space in the shop is cramped already. What will I do with all this stuff in the meantime while I move it? It's just going to be a huge disaster. So I'd like to at least get this wall finished first. And once I do that, then maybe I can make some progress. I actually have some more cabinetry that I'm going to put up over here. And I might even stuff another one of those cabinets above the Acrobins. But anyway, that's it for now. Hope to see you guys soon. And I'm watching all your videos. I'm paying attention. So you guys have a great day, and hope you do something cool in your shop. All right, take care.